Tom Colley for Through the Ropes Boxing. I'm back at the Matchroom gym and back with middleweight contender Jimmy Sains. Jimmy, how's things, mate?
Yeah, I'm all good, thanks. Yourself, all right?
All good, all good. Jimmy, fantastic performance last time out, TKO win. I asked George the same question. You all seem to be getting knockouts in this gym. Is that something you're working on with Tony?
Yeah, I mean, I had a few knockouts at the end of my amateur career, but since I've been training with Tony, I've been sitting on my shots a lot more correctly, rotating through the shots with the left hooks and the right hand. So, yeah, definitely helping me get the knockout win.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that. Were you a puncher in the amateurs as well? Because you have knocked a fair few of your opponents out in the program. Is that something you carried through, or is it something you've developed?
Yeah, definitely something I've carried through. I think I was quite a bit of a late maturer, so when I was 17, 18, I sort of got my man strength and started to get. I don't want to big myself up. I was alright with the boxing, but it just lacked a bit of strength. So as soon as that come, that's when the knockouts started coming. Yeah.
What's next for you, Jimmy? I mean, you're on the back of a winning streak. Back out again in December, I believe.
Yeah, back out again in December. I think we're going to look to do an 8-rounder potentially, a couple of 8-rounders, and then I'll be hopefully ready for some 10s, definitely, hopefully some titles as well.
Do you feel like when that time comes you could step up to 10 now if you needed to? You're ready? You feel like your fitness is getting there in that sense? Yeah,
I mean, we do loads of rounds in the gym sparring anyway. I've done 10, 12 round sparring for my 6-round fights, even for the 4-round fights. That's what I've been doing, so definitely ready for the 8, 10 rounders now. So yeah.
What do you do in between fights, Jimmy? Do you someone that stays in the gym? Do you keep yourself fit and always tick over?
Yeah, I have. I had a week off. I went on holiday. Well, 5 days I had off, and then straight back in the gym straight away. Yeah, ticking over Tony 3 days a week, and I was training, doing some strength for Ricky McFarlane as well, Tuesday, Thursday. So straight back on the grind, and then we're starting back camp full time next week.
What are you looking at next year in terms of titles? Are you targeting Southern area, English titles, British titles? Where are you looking to go?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do the traditional route, Southern area, English, all the way up to British, European, and obviously world titles is the main goal. So I'd like to tick off each box on the way. I mean, sometimes always don't work out. I mean, you can't always get the fights that you want, but hopefully I can make it happen, and hopefully Matchroom is a very good promotion so they can get the fights that I need.
Now, going over, I know you've got Mark Tibbs' gym, not too far from here, and you guys all train together and go to each other's gyms. Johnny Fisher's just been announced to have a big fight with Dave Allen on the Saudi card. We all know Dave Allen, he's a good fighter, and especially when he gets himself in shape, you know, he can be a problem for a lot of the heavyweights. Johnny is obviously on that upward trajectory. How do you see that fight going? You know Johnny well, Jimmy. Yeah,
I know Johnny well. He's on a very good run at the minute. I thought his last fight could have been a bit of a test for him, Babic, but he dealt with him in the first round, got him out there straight away. So yeah, I'm buzzing for Johnny to be out in Saudi as well. To be honest, hopefully I would have wished he could have been in London as well, so I could have been on the undercard. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. He's out in Saudi now. I think that's going to be a great card, especially that card. Some good heavyweight fights on there, and to be honest, I think the way Johnny's going, I think he could do the same with Dave Allen. I mean, he's a very experienced fighter, which Johnny hasn't been in there with a very experienced fighter so far. He could give him a few tests in the early round, but I think Johnny will definitely get him out there.
We've seen what's going on in Saudi and the cards that they're putting on. A lot of fighters getting these opportunities. I guess is that your target for you? Have you had those conversations with Eddie? You want to be on one of these Saudi cards eventually?
Yeah, I mean that's where the money is, and the money makes sense, really, don't it? So if I can have that opportunity, I'd love to take it. Yeah, I'll take it straight away, definitely. Yeah, I mean, as long as the fights make right, they're the right fights for me at the right time in my career. Doesn't matter where they are, I'll take them. Yeah. Did
you get a chance to watch on the weekend the Beterbiev and Bivol fight?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I thought, do you know what? It was a great fight. I think for the boxing fans, purist boxing fans, I thought that was the best fight we've had for a long time. I mean, yeah, it was a great fight. I had Beterbiev just nicking it. I thought personally, I've watched it back as well, and I thought Beterbiev just nicked it. I thought it was probably could have been even going into the 11th round. I thought with Bivol getting a few of the earlier rounds, but then I feel that Beterbiev finished strong. He finished 4 or 5 rounds strong. The last 4 or 5, he finished really strong, and thought that made the difference. Whereas Bivol, his last couple of rounds, his jab weren't as sharp. He was moving a lot more. I thought he tired out a little bit, but yeah, I mean, styles make fights, and that was an absolutely great fight.
What did you make of the Ben Whittaker versus Liam Cameron fight? We know it was a step up for Ben, but one he was expected to come through. Cameron's taken Linden after the distance to a split decision. Did you Did you see it unfolding like that? And did you think that Ben was starting to go on the back foot in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, he weren't having it all his own way, was he? I mean, from the start, the first couple of rounds, he was sharp, but he looked like, what was it, the 5th round or 6th round? I mean, I think it was the 6th, or 5th or 6th, yeah. And he looked like he was going fading slightly, but I mean, he was still sharp. But I think it was a very weird end to the fight, wasn't it? I mean, they both fell down quite heavy. To be fair, it looked like he did do his back or his leg. So I mean, I'm not him. I weren't there. I don't know what he's injured. I don't know what previous injuries he's already had. But it did look like they both fell down heavy. So yeah, I mean, they've got to have the rematch straight away. I think that's the right way to go. Definitely.
Jimmy, before we wrap it up, is there anything you'd like to add for your fans or anyone tuning in to watch you?
Yeah, just big thanks to all my sponsorship. I mean, I can't do it without them, and big thanks to everyone in my family as well, yeah, for backing me, yeah.
Jimmy Sains, thank you for speaking to Freddie Roach Boxing.
Lovely, thank you, mate.